Everybody, it is Wednesday. We're doing a it's in frame, isn't it? We're doing a unboxing stream here at the start, and then we're gonna go into Minecraft because it is Minecraft Wednesday. And then if we have time, we're gonna try out there's two new maps that are on Ready or Not. Ready or Not had a big update because it went live to console. There's a lot of controversy around it going to console. I don't know. We'll see if it's changed a lot on the PC. I think most of the stuff that people are complaining about, they're complaining about some graphical fidelity that may have gone down on the PC version. We won't know that because we can't play it on the highest graphics anyway. So it probably won't have much of an impact on us, except that we got 2 new levels out of it. So for me, it sounds like it's a win. But yeah, we are doing a unboxing stream because I got something in the mail, a board game of some sort. I can't remember exactly which one. We're gonna open it and see what it is. Got this set up here, so we got that. We're at a little bit of an angle. See if we can. Well, that should work, right? So we've got this here. We got that there. So let's see what we're starting off with, right? Let's see. There's our box. No identifying information is presented. I turned it over so we wouldn't have to deal with that. But let's see what we got today. So we don't get board games like all the time. I don't want to, it shouldn't feel like that. It just randomly got. We have a stack of them that we haven't opened yet. That's for one thing. But this one did arrive relatively recently in the past couple of days, and I was like, oh, that's something quick we can do at the beginning of a stream, right? So I hope everybody's having a good week. Let's see what we got in the mail today. I have a feeling this is a board game. This is what happens when you're susceptible to online marketing. So we get this so you don't have to worry about it. So we'll get that out of there because that probably has identifying information. See if there's anything else in there. Get that out of there because that probably has identifying information. So what we got here is basically a Cards Against Humanity game. Greenlight. Game for people who will never make it in Hollywood. My understanding is it's a Cards Against Humanity clone for movie making. Comes with this base set of the game, which it says plays 4 or more players. Perfect for larger groups. So yeah, definitely similar to the Cards Against Humanity thing. I'm a sucker for things movie related, so that's why this one's here. It's a movie related game. Comes with a horror expansion. It's the horror, a frightening Greenlight expansion pack. Comes next with the hey Nadine, thanks for joining us. Not a film by Greta Gerwig. So I guess these are films that are not by her, but are inspired by her in general, her style. Then we've got Far, Far Away, which is definitely our Star Wars theme sci-fi expansion pack for those sci-fi movies done in the Star Wars style. Then we've got, I can't see that, Animania, so that's animated films for expansions. We've got that. Comes with, that's 8 illustrated character cards featuring adorable yet disturbingly expressive. We got adaptations based off of an expansion pack of cards based on movies based on books. Oh, it tells you here on the front. An expansion pack inspired by Pixar was the last one. Expansion pack sci-fi expansion. A Greenlight expansion pack of cards inspired by Greta Gerwig films. And then the last one, a frightening Greenlight expansion pack. Okay, so they did have little explanations on them. Let's see what we got in here at the bottom. Plot twist, a Greenlight expansion pack of game-changing wild cards. So this is a way to make the game more chaotic, it would be my guess. And extras, a Greenlight expansion pack filled with even more characters. So I don't know how this game works. We have it. Oh, and there's another one I missed in there. Look at that. The Realer Than Real expansion pack, a Greenlight expansion pack of cards inspired by the films of Quentin Tarantino. That's a fun one there, chat. That's fun. All right, so let's get the box out of here. Let's get these back out where we can see them. We've got all of our little expansions. I don't think we're going to open all of these on stream today, but just to give you a sense of how many expansions this game actually ended up having. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 expansions plus the base game. There it is, Greenlight. We will open that to get a sense of what the cards quality is like. So here's one thing I've noticed. We have damage on the box. Came damaged. I didn't cut that. That's just the way the box came. It looks like it's a pretty solid rip there. Not sure if that's in their packaging. It looks like it maybe kind of got scrumpled a little bit on the edge here. So we've got some pretty significant scoring damage. It actually looks like somebody tried to cut it out of something and it ripped. That being said, this is not a collector's item game. Like I said, it's pretty much an impulse purchase that happened a long time ago. I've been seeing ads for it recently on the Facebook platform. 4 or more friends gather for a night of innocent fun. Each player draws 3 setup cards and 3 gold cards. Could vary Cards Against Humanity. The player was most recently in theaters watched a movie is the first one who's going to be the judge. Toasty, yeah, we're just doing a quick board game unboxing, a little Cards Against Humanity light board game unboxing. Then we're going to move over to Minecraft. No problem. Feel free to lurk. So it sounds like this is just your standard Cards Against Humanity clone. These are real popular. Everybody makes them now. After the success of that game, I feel like there's like Harry Potter Cards Against Humanity clones. There's D&D Cards Against Humanity clones. There's and the Cards Against Humanity itself is a clone of Apples to Apples, right? It's just an adult version of Apples to Apples with more depraved humor. So everybody's copying everybody else. That's how money gets made. Nothing is original anymore, which increasingly fits with the idea of movies, which is what this game is all about, right? Because we're in the time of sequels, and sequels. Nothing more than that. All right, let's see. So it says that on your first, when you start, you would get 3 setup cards and 3 gold cards. So studio notes, these are not setup cards, I would say. Goals are these orange cards. So we've got red and orange studio notes, gold cards. Let's see. We'll take 3 of these. We'll just do a fake start to the game. 3 gold cards. There we go. Then we'll open up one of these things. This is more goals. We're going to skip that one for now because we've already got goals out. We need okay, studio head and setup. There we go. That's what we needed. So let's get that together. Get that together. Sorry, I'm not opening underneath the camera, huh? I keep forgetting I have a camera there. But I'm still opening on camera in the face cam, right? So you can see it either way. Let's see. All right. Okay, opening these up. So I sleeve a lot of my games and keep them protected. This kind of game would not get sleeved. It's not unique or expensive enough to warrant that. Plus, it would never fit any of this stuff back in the box. It would create so much more bulk to the game that this is probably not a sleeving game. It would just be a card game that you're playing as a party game. Party games don't often need sleeves. Let's see. Studio head is just a marker card, so we don't need to keep track of that right now. This is just telling us about the expansions that we already have. Character cards, setup. So they're supposed to get 3 setup cards. Here, 3 setup cards. All right, then we have all these. We have cards that say they're character cards, which are the green cards. That's interesting. It gets more complicated. So it's a little bit more involved, it feels like, than a lot of Cards Against Humanity clones, because it's got more, like Cards Against Humanity has 2 types of cards, right? White cards, black cards. Question card, setup card, joke response. This, we've got pitch note cards. We've got studio note cards. And we've got character cards. So let's see how the game actually plays out. So everyone else, the writers then choose. Okay, the studio head draws 1 character card and reads the character card aloud. Let's just do that. Let's just try it out. We're going to pull the top card, right? Character card. It's blank. That didn't work. Those are they put some blank ones in there for you to be able to write your own stuff. We want a real card. Okay, let's try that again. All right, let's see. Character card. The world's most excitable hot dog vendor. Everyone else then chooses 1 setup card and 1 gold card from their hand to go along with the character card. All right. and to complete the movie synopsis. All right, let's see. So let's see. We've got setup cards and gold cards. Okay, we picked all blank gold cards. Let's do these 3 at the bottom. They won't be blank. So we've got setup. So it's the world's most excitable hot dog vendor decides to enroll into college at the age of 65, or gets trapped in a video game, or gets mistaken for a famous person. So we'll go with gets mistaken for a famous person. That's a pretty good pitch, right? Let's try that. Setup, and then let's see what their goal is. And must reclaim their status as the world's top male model, and must track down a winning lottery ticket, and must get the inventor of spandex to admit to stealing their idea. So maybe most famous person must reclaim their status as the world's top model. That would be our setup and their goal. What would happen then? Studio head draws 3 studio note cards. Oh. When all the writers have submitted their log, so we're going to get 3 studio note cards. It's giving us blank ones again. Whoop, whoop. Here we go. We got 3 studio note cards. Let's see what these are like. Studio must end with a cliffhanger setting up a secret. Must be an allegory for the war in the Middle East. Must pander to overseas audiences. Oh my. So these are interesting. Let's see. It's all played to the studio notes. So when all the writers have submitted their log lines and are ready to pitch, the studio head reveals their chosen studio note, reads it aloud. Okay, each writer has 1 minute to pitch their log line. All right, so it's Cards Against Humanity with a pitch element, which is a little bit of improv requirement. So like I would say must end with a cliffhanger setting up a sequel, right? Let's say that was my studio note for this one. So let's say the writer would have submitted our previous thing. That's right. So the world's most excitable hot dog vendor gets mistaken for a famous person and must reclaim their status as the world's top male model, only to find at the end of the movie that once they've achieved the top male model, they're actually, all the male models are part of a discreet or secret CIA operation that, does missions all around the world, and we get a cliffhanger ending with, will our hero decide to join, right? That would be maybe the pitch from that person. The studio head would then pick the ending, and it's winning that card. He gives the character card as the winner. Okay. I don't know what the pitch note is. Pitch notes are, tell the studio head what your movie is really about, its theme. This should be a really, what do you call it? What happened to the character to kick the story into gear? I don't know if these are just tips. The pitch notes might just be tips that you can read at the beginning to help people understand what they're trying to do in this game. Hey, McClintock, thanks for joining us. Yeah, so this is a movie-based Cards Against Humanity where you're pitching a movie and each person takes a turn being the studio head, and then goes around the table, much like Cards Against Humanity, people collecting points for whenever their movie got picked by the studio. So it's basically Project Greenlight with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon as a board game, which makes sense why it's named Greenlight, right? Because your movie was given the green light and picked up for production. I'm gonna put all these cards back away. Well, right now it's a reboxing. It's a boxing up as opposed to an unboxing, because we're getting everything put back. Let's see. I put these in a weird way. All right, the greens can go in. There we go. We'll put the golds in next. This is very appropriate for the channel since we're so movie focused with, watch a movie a day and talk about movies pretty often. I'm sure I'm not sure when I'll get this to the table for our gaming group, because our lives have been super busy right now. It's been tough to get everybody together. But at some point, maybe we'll get to play this. It does say some material may be inappropriate for children under 14, so it's definitely for the adult game group. I want to play this next game day. All right, man, McClintock, I'll put it on the list of things we want to play. Would we get out all the expansions, you think? I definitely think my wife would want us to have the horror one in there. I I think the sci-fi one would be good. The Quentin Tarantino one's high on the list for me. Greta Gerwig. I can't think of a movie I've seen done by Greta Gerwig, but I know she's great, and I probably have. Coming of age tales, without any real world consequences, like critical acclaim. I've got to see them. I just can't think of one off the top of my head that I've seen. Comedy. Let's see. I think comedy's in the base set is what they're looking at. It's more the expansions, like we can go over again, or the horror one, the Quentin Tarantino, sci-fi, Greta Gerwig, Pixar, and book adaptations. And then these are extra character cards and plot twists, which changes. These wildcards shake up the gameplay of forcing writers to do things like switch hands with each other, call friends for help, and even unthinkable sketch a movie poacher. So this adds another layer to the game. So that might be fun to do at some point. Let me just real quickly go back to our face stream while we switch over to Minecraft mode.